What's crackin', fellow gamers? I am so excited to talk to you guys today about Red Dead Redemption 2, a game that you should definitely be paying attention to. So why am I hyping a game that isn't even out yet? To be honest, I hate when people do this crap, but there's just something that makes me feel so giddy when I think about heading in to the old wild wild west once again. I'll be the first to admit that Red Dead Redemption is on my top 20 games of all time list. Like many people who played it, I fell in love with the open world western, released of course by none other than Rockstar Games. And for me, Rockstar is a very special developer and publisher, since I guess they publish and develop their own games, huh? So Red Dead Redemption 2 is on the horizon, not too distant in fact. Set with a release date of October 26th of this year, it's going to be over 8 years since we've had a taste of Red Dead Redemption. In fact, it will be 5 years since the release of Rockstar's most recent game as well, Grand Theft Auto V. If you enjoy open world games or spaghetti westerns, which honestly you could count the number of them on just one hand, or maybe just quality video games, then you should be paying attention to this game, not the least of which because it's doing a lot of things differently this time around. Red Dead Redemption has no limitations. The great thing about having a franchise exist solely as mainly one game so far is that there is barely any precedent to hold our expectations to. Yes, I know that Red Dead Revolver was the first Red Dead game, but its popularity was of course dwarfed massively by the next game and was most certainly not the jumping off points for Joe Gamer, especially considering Redemption was one of the most critically acclaimed games of all time, one that has sold upwards of 15 million copies. So yeah, most people started with Redemption, I'm sure. This isn't a long-standing game like Grand Theft Auto, one in which Rockstar has made sure that they check off a bunch of stuff every new game that people have come to love and assume coming. While every GTA game has been really unique, the core fundamentals, if you break it down, usually remain quite similar. People buy that franchise because Rockstar delivers on what fans want, even though it may often be quite familiar. Because Red Dead doesn't have the same expectations with players given that there's only been one game, really, they can afford to do whatever the hell they want, and I'm seeing a lot of stuff I'm interested in that are doing different. For starters, you no longer play as the good guy. In fact, I actually think you play as a bad guy. You can correct me if I'm wrong. There's also been rumors and leaks of a Battle Royale mode as well as a first-person implementation. According to news media, likely modes could include Battle Royale, Revive and Survive, and something called Money Grab. What the latter two consist of remains to be seen, but as always with Rockstar, I'm sure the multiplayer component will be incredibly creative because with Grand Theft Auto V they did a ton of stuff that was really cool and interesting, including heists and this whole GTA Online thing. So could we see some of that stuff with Red Dead Redemption 2? Probably. Even though the Battle Royale genre is getting quite saturated with PUBG, H1Z1, Fortnite, and a whole bunch of other clones releasing every month, there's still one thing that remains untapped in this market: a certain degree of AAA polish. While I agree that there was a tremendous quality of life increase in the last few years leading up to Fortnite, i.e. the game just feels and plays a lot better than its competition, there's still much that can be done. Red Dead Redemption 2 could be the first AAA video game that doesn't just attempt a battle royale cash grab, and instead advances the genre from a quality perspective, something that we've all wanted for so long, those of us who have been playing battle royale games. That's what I'm looking forward to the most if Rockstar decides to do some sort of big-time multiplayer battle royale component, and knowing them, it could be absolutely amazing if they do. It would help the industry wake up to the fact that we need some quality control with this particular genre, which is growing out of control. There are so many terrible, diarrhea-covered battle royale games on the market that it blows the mind. With the recent release of Radical Heights, which seems to be crashing harder than Lawbreakers by the way, it's clear that the common developer needs to take more care in optimizing and polishing these turds of games that they're putting out. Will Call of Duty and Red Dead Redemption 2 help facilitate this quality trend? That's the hope with the AAA Battle Royale mode in Red Dead Redemption 2. Because make no mistake, this genre, the Battle Royale genre, ain't going nowhere. And then of course there is the talk regarding the expansiveness of Red Dead Redemption 2's open world compared to prior games. For those who played Red Dead Redemption, and by the way if you did not, what the hell is the matter with you? You know that the world they built in the game was incredibly inviting and detailed. But in some of the towns, there wasn't a lot of realism from the town's people. For the most part, they had static and predefined intelligence, but it looks like Rockstar is going to be advancing that kind of AI a la The Witcher 3. Whereas you could do some basic interaction in the prior game, this time around NPCs may be more realistic, packing up their shops when the sun goes down and reacting to events depending on what time of day it is, i.e. being more proactive than simply reactive to your commands. I appreciate these small details, and I'm sure Red Dead Redemption 2 is going to be covered with them because these kinds of things make the game pop with life. Of course, Red Dead Redemption 2 has also been delayed, which isn't bad news. Getting delayed means that Rockstar isn't comfortable with the release window, knowing that they won't be able to get the game up to par in the way they want to. That's a rare mantra for a video game maker, especially in an era where games release unfinished and broken all the damn time. You can expect a high level of quality with a game that is being pushed back to make it better. I'd take a delayed game over a rush game any day of the week, even if I don't get it for months down the road. This quote by Rockstar pretty much confirms this ideal. This outlaw epic set across the vast and unforgiving American heartland will be the first Rockstar game created from the ground up for the latest generation of console hardware, and some extra time is necessary to ensure that we can deliver the best experience possible for our fans. Best experience for our fans. Man, oh man, I wish I heard those words more often. Red Dead Redemption 2 was initially set to launch in the fall of 2017. Obviously, we didn't get it. Then they tried for the spring of 2018, and we didn't get it either. So we'll be getting it on October 26th of this year, kicking off what will surely be a very explosive fall and winter game season. I am sure that anyone releasing a game in October is panicking and pooping their pants right now at the thought of having to compete with Red Dead Redemption 2. Just remember last year when we had all sorts of games released during this time frame, including Assassin's Creed, Call of Duty, Wolfenstein, a Mario game, and Battlefront 2 a couple weeks later. If the same thing happens this year, some of those games releasing at the end of the year will have their sales numbers impacted most definitely, and that is not a good thing for many of those publishers. Honestly, who the hell wants to compete with this Goliath of a game? There's also a reported companion app to release alongside the game, as well as a potential PC port. I do expect this to become a reality, given that we've had plenty of GTA ports on the PC, and the fact that industry analysts are predicting Red Dead Redemption 2 will sell between 15 and 20 million copies easily on the consoles. That alone would surely provide the funding to develop a PC port confidently. But this is just scratching the Red Dead surface, there's going to be a lot more information to come, and I am totally excited to see what this game turns out to be. You should always pay attention when Rockstar releases a new game, especially one that heavily advances our medium. There's a reason why GTA 5 is the most profitable piece of entertainment ever. There are so many things about that game that are worth remembering, and while Red Dead was never on the same level as GTA, there's much unique about the game, not the least of which its beautiful western setting and its tremendous open world design. I think Rockstar makes some of the best games out there, and while they're not perfect, they do demand respect. Amidst a sea of shit released every year, this game could be the crown jewel of 2018. It's hard to be excited for a new game these days, considering how everything is turning into a service or is just a new copy of a 10-year-old franchise doing the same thing over and over. But if every game maker out there took 6 years to develop a game, just like Rockstar does, we'd probably have way better games out there. So it's time to get excited for Red Dead Redemption 2. I'll see y'all when we have more information on what could be the most anticipated game of 2018, Red Dead Redemption 2. This has been Tone Loc for Downward Thrust, and I want to thank you for watching my video. If you did like it, then hit the thumbs up button and comment down below telling me why you are excited or not for Red Dead Redemption 2. Have a great day, guys. We'll see you in our next video.